right, everybody. Welcome back to the Dane and Wayne Show.
Episode 24.
Yes.
Nice.
Episode 24. So, Dane, we were talking.
What are we talking about today?
And, the news cycle slows down around this time of year.
Absolutely.
With sports, at least.
Yeah.
The draft's over. The birds are, doing whatever they do. The
mini camps.
GM, yeah,
about to kick
probably
off.
in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a tough time to come up with a lot of things to talk about from a sports perspective.
Truth.
Phillies games don't matter as much. You're not living and dying with every game like you are with the NFL.
I mean, we are.
We sometimes do. No. I was just saying, I would have turned off the game tonight, probably in the sixth inning.
I feel you. Taiwan on the mound.
It's not worth sitting there and like I said, living and dying. So,
no.
So I think we're going to just mix in some more just fun topics. Things we can talk about.
I agree.
Life.
Yeah.
Just two Philly suburb dads.
Cutting the grass.
Neither of us mow our own lawns.
Yo, why you telling on us, though? Damn. Right off the bat.
Neither of us mow our own lawns, but hey, we make fun of all the people that do. Let me tell you that. Especially all the older guys who are cutting it down to a half an inch every other day.
All right, I'm walking off the set.
We got a couple of those, right?
I'm joking.
I'm sitting out there trying to eat dinner. And, a neighbor like two houses down is mowing on, what was that, Tuesday?
Tuesday. I was going to say Tuesday was a heavy mow day.
Yeah. So then I'm taking out the trash tonight. Dude's out there mowing again.
What? Wait, was he mowing on Tuesday?
He was mowing on Tuesday.
Wow.
Mowing again on Thursday.
You know what?
I'm like, okay, man.
That's that dedication. That's that championship grass.
Yeah, right.
I need it pristine.
I think he's just trying to avoid his family. I have no idea.
That could be happening.
And that's the reason why I don't mow my own lawn, because otherwise it would take forever and I don't have that kind of time.
I mean, I remember growing up a couple times when my dad was really, annoyed at a situation.
You just go out and mow?
The lawnmower would just come out and my mom would just have that look on her face as well, like, yo, when he come back in this house.
Like, he was out there all night.
Like,
mowing.
I remember a couple of those nights. So, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get it.
I used to split it up into like 3 parts and go out for like an hour each part. And I was like, I can't be doing this anymore. It's taking way too long.
I feel you, man. I feel you. My wife will say that I broke like lawn gear on purpose. So that I didn't. But hey, I'm not gonna admit to that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the other thing. I looked at the price of mowers and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, them things.
It would take me like 4 summers worth of paying for my grass to be mowed to make this up.
Yo, God.
Plus all the maintenance. Oh my God. I hear about
one
of my friends just redid the motor in his mower. Like,
yeah.
Okay, for $1,000, $1,500, whatever it was.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about why it cost that much.
Yeah, no. Nope. So anyway, we should start off a little bit with some sports, but get into some fun stuff. So,
what do you want to talk about?
We had the Birds draft last Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Super pumped about. Still kind of pumped about it. The vibe in the city is that everyone's kind of really excited about it, and they think that Howie struck gold again with this draft. I'm not going to give him that pass just yet. There's one thing that I did want was a tight end that didn't show up on the draft board. Yeah. But like, how do you feel about the draft Thursday? Because we talked about it like Friday, and I feel like we were both on the same page with what went down. So, like, tell me what you thinking, how you feeling?
The Birds always draft for value, and that's what I love about them. They're not trying to fill needs necessarily, and that's probably why a tight end didn't really come up. They didn't. So the 2 top tight ends went really early. Yeah. Warren and Loveland. So it was, in the second round, they didn't even have a shot at any of the other ones because they went like 40, 45, 48 or something like that.
Truth.
So you're going to be reaching in the second round for another one of those tight ends like Fannin or Rojo. But yeah, I think that tells you a little bit that they're closer to a deal with Goddard. Maybe the Kittle deal ruined that a little bit. I don't know.
Well, Kittle got a bag. Kittle got like 4 years, like almost $30 million or something.
35 more guaranteed.
All right.
So
but Goddard's not Kittle.
No,
nice.
no.
Is he? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We keep waiting for him to break out.
Nice,
and
but
it just hasn't happened for him. He's gotten hurt too much. So that's where you thought maybe they'd move on and get somebody else. I just feel like something has to happen. They signed those 2 tight ends, but they're not starting caliber tight ends.
No, and nothing on the roster is of Goddard's level.
Right.
Which I looked up. I think I heard Cole Kmet's name, but I think he's due like 10 million or 11 million, and Goddard wants like 14.
Yeah.
But is Cole Kmet, granted, Cole Kmet hasn't had anybody throwing him the ball like Jalen Hurts.
Right.
So is he better value? Is he lower value? Like,
that's probably a good comp.
Okay.
Just based on actual production. Because Goddard, you look at him and you see him, the plays that he makes, the one-handed catches and like bouncing off of guys, and you're like, okay, this guy can be a superstar. And
then he gets hurt the next play.
Or
gets hurt the next play.
I don't know if it's that Jalen's not looking for him as much or what. I don't know.
Right.
They're not a pass-first offense, as we know. So,
no.
AJ and Devontae are getting a lot of targets, so there might not be enough left for a Goddard. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that situation. But anyway.
Davis got his money.
Yeah.
Davis got his money,
well,
which we thought he was going to just get,
Well, it's a 5th-year option.
Okay.
So it's not really a bag yet. They have an extra year to figure out if they're going to re-sign him.
Okay.
So
I didn't want them to let him walk, though, because I feel like enough has walked from the Super Bowl that they still needed just enough of the stability with what's coming in as young talent to be like, okay, guys.
He still has another year. Now he has 2 years. So you pick up the 5th-year option before their 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
So now he has 2 more years left for the team, and then he's a free agent.
Okay.
The 26 season.
I got you.
So yeah, but he's been up and down.
Inconsistent.
Yeah,
at best. Okay.
But yeah, back to the draft. I was over the moon about Jahad Campbell. I mean, I was at like 20. I'm like, all right, like if Jahad Campbell can fall, like that'd be amazing.
Into their lap.
And then it just keeps going and nobody's picking him. And then they jump up. I'm like, this has to be for Campbell.
Is it that teams were scared off by his injury history?
Yeah, definitely the injury history.
Okay.
Like the durability concerns are real. How he talked today on WIP about the fact that he trusts the sports science staff and the doctors and whatnot, and he thinks they have an advantage there. And maybe they do, maybe they don't.
We'll see.
We will see. But he's like a Zach Bond type. He's a guy that can play off ball linebacker. He can he can cover guys, but then he can also get on the line and rush. And what I like about
looking for.
Yes, exactly. What I like about that.
He's not small either.
No,
he's not small.
He's a big dude.
He's big.
Yeah, I remember before the drafts, I forget if it was Daniel Jeremiah or who it was, but tweeted about like, all right, looking at these off-ball linebackers, there's like Jahad Campbell, and then there's just nothing. Like he was like the only one that was
like okay, all right.
So.
What?
Yeah, I'm happy that they were able to get him. I think he's going to be a big weapon for Fangio. Fangio loves using guys like that are Swiss Army knives. He can be on that line and then he can back up.
And play.
How many times are we pulling out our hair when Josh Sweat is like, he's the one dropping. You're like, nah.
Yo, but didn't Josh Sweat have like a pick six maybe like 2 years ago? Maybe once. Yeah, maybe. Once in a lifetime. But no, that's not the position. That's like when you would see Hassan Reddick dropping in coverage and you wanted to pull your eyeballs out. You're like, yo, why is this guy back in coverage?
Even Nolan Smith. I remember. What was it? What game was it where Nolan Smith dropped and he's the only one covering? I forget what game it was, but he gave up a touchdown because he's
not supposed to.
He has no business covering this wide receiver, but he's the only one over there.
It's like, I'm quick and I'm athletic. No, I can't figure this one out.
But that's what you get with Jahad Campbell. You're able to do some more of those things. So I was happy with that. Really,
I wanted a safety, a defensive lineman, or a linebacker, and I don't think the Eagles have picked a linebacker since 1970. And I think I talked to you about
the first round,
So I was like, you know what? Yeah. Other than the injury history, which everybody's concerned about, I feel like if he can get in Fangio's system, they coach him up and they get him ramped up. I'm sorry.
The ramp up. Yes.
And they can figure it out and do what they need to do. The safety.
Yeah.
I like the pick of the safety. Because I've said, not that I don't trust Brown, but Brown to me goes 100 miles an hour all the time. He doesn't have that like accelerate, decelerate, get to where he needs to get to. So maybe this kid will be some competition for him to push him a little bit.
I think he's going to start over him, to be honest.
All right. Okay.
I think Drew Makuba he's like a CJGJ clone.
Okay.
A guy that he's not that big, but he throws his weight around really well.
Okay.
And he's good coverage. And he's got the attitude.
Yeah.
And he's got ball skills. Like,
so what
CJ was like a guy that he would always be near the ball. He had those 6 picks, 2 years ago?
He did.
And then last year he was always around the ball. So this guy's the same way.
No, I would if he's anything like that, where like you said, he's throwing his weight around and in the right spot at the right time, all of us will sign up for that.
Yeah.
All of us will sign up for that. So what I've been doing, Wayne, is I've been playing college football and I've been playing with
these guys. Nice.
Don't tell me. Terrible.
What's terrible?
That I'm doing that.
Should have done that before the draft for your analysis.
Insight. But anyway, what the lineman, Robinson,
kid out of Nebraska. Yeah,
he just looks like a big body.
He's a dude. I mean,
So
he's big. He is a great pass rusher. I'm excited for him.
Okay.
I think that they're going to be able to do a lot with him too. I think he takes some of the Milton Williams slack this year. I think he has.
That's big praise then, because those are big shoes.
They are.
Milton Williams was giving out that business.
I mean, he's definitely going to be in the rotation.
Okay.
So out of the first 3 draft picks, you don't know if Campbell's going to be healthy enough. You don't know if Makuba's going to win the starting safety job.
Truth.
Opposite of Blankenship. But Ty Robinson is going to get some reps.
All right.
Because
of the rotation.
They're constantly
because of the rotation. Yeah,
exactly.
No, you're right. You're right.
So he'll have a chance to show what he's got.
That's true.
So, yeah.
That's true. What else do you want to touch any more in the draft? Do we go like?
I mean,
no.
I think we're
okay.
Good.
All right. So
I wasn't able to watch. I was at Monster Jam last Saturday, so I didn't get to watch the 4th and 5th, 6th, 7th round.
How was Monster Jam?
Oh my gosh,
was it?
It was awesome.
All right, nice.
So we got the pit pass this year.
Okay,
so it's at the link. It's at the stadium. So it was cool to see all the new like Super Bowl banners and stuff like that.
Nice.
Not the real banner, not the Champions banner, but like
they got it decorated
outside the stadium. They've got all kinds of Super Bowl stuff.
They got it decorated. Nice.
So that was neat. We got the pit passes so we could go see the trucks up close before the show.
Take some pictures.
My son loved it.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah, they turned some activities. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it rained a little bit. It was off and on raining.
Okay.
But it cleared up like right before the show started, and it was beautiful. It was awesome.
That's what's up.
It was such a good time. My kids loved it. We have so many great pictures of them like jumping up and down, excited about it. Yeah. So
that's definitely what's it about right there.
It was perfect. Yeah, it was a long day, but it was great. It was great.
Nice.
But yeah, I didn't really get a chance to follow the draft too much for the last day. But
I was watching NBA playoffs.
I'm sure you were.
Is what I was doing. That's what I was doing. No one watches the NBA playoffs, but I do.
I mean, a lot of people do. It's just
like I'm not talking NBA
Yeah,
playoffs.
when the Sixers aren't in it, I can't
it's
really.
All good.
But I do want to ask one thing about the playoffs.
All right.
Lakers lost last night. Is that give Nico, the GM of the Mavs, is that any kind of
No?
Okay.
No.
That doesn't let him off the hook at all.
No.
Okay.
You traded a number 1A or 1 prospect, or not prospect, talent, like legitimate talent. Granted, he don't play defense. Luka can score, but he don't play defense. But you don't give up on that. Not what is Luka, 24, 26?
It's like 26, yeah.
All right. No. You can't give up on him at 26, The Sixers still trying to tell us that Embiid.
I mean, he's out of the first round. Went to the finals last year with nobody else but him.
Exactly.
So what went wrong with LA?
LA doesn't play defense.
Well,
LA don't play defense.
Like
LeBron.
look at his coach.
LeBron.
What happened when
you say
JJ
don't
playing?
JJ don't play no defense.
He couldn't.
They call the pick and roll and call and be like, yo, where's JJ at?
They just switch on at JJ every time.
It's like how who was calling out Tyler Hero? That what's the guard from Cleveland that was like, yo, we're just running our offense. Wherever Tyler Hero is, we find him. And that's what you do. You find a weak link and abuse it. So no, I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy. I just feel like the level of love that the Lakers were getting after that Luka trade, like championship, and I was like, the Lakers weren't playing defense in October, November. Then they didn't start playing defense after Luka. So hey, Anthony Edwards was able to buff his chest out a little bit.
But all right.
So
and that was our NBA playoff
moment.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now we'll get on to some fills. We can talk about. Hey, they had a win streak going.
Well, they lost 5 in a row first.
Yeah.
So we're wiping that off.
So they're 4-5.
Okay.
In the last 9.
But remember, I called
What's the score now?
Week.
What's the score now?
What's the score now? I'll tell you.
4-2 still. I think they're about to lose.
Yeah, it's top of the night.
Yeah, they're about to lose. So they're going to be 4-6 in the last 10.
And they were about to jump when we talked last, Thursday? Everybody in the city when the sweep from the Mets.
Oh yeah,
that was a bad taste.
I asked if the season was over. Yeah, tongue in cheek, but of course, yeah. So is the season over? I'm gonna ask this every show.
I should do a daily. Is the season over?
Season over? Question mark.
No.
Well. We got Ranger coming back on Sunday.
Rangers pitching on Sunday.
You're going to be there.
I am going to be in the building.
You're going to be there for Mr. Ranger.
I'm going to be in my rain gear, and I'll bring the Ark with me as well. So
2 of each animal. Sounds good. Where are you sitting? Do you know?
Nah, we're just standing.
You're just standing.
Yeah.
Okay. You're getting there early to like stand in a good place, or you just kind of figure it out.
I feel like we might get up and just go. I feel like that's what's on the plate. I like to get down there early. Sometimes my wife likes to get down there. Well, no, my wife loves to get down there early.
Oh, she does. Okay.
I'm like, yo, let's just roll in like after the first pitch.
Yeah. I kind of when we went to the Eagles game, we got into the stadium at like 4:15 for a 4:25 game. And we were lucky to do that.
So exactly. I like to roll in. Let's be on time, but it's a game. And to me, when you show up a little bit later, you really feel the atmosphere of the craziness, the tailgating. When you show up bright and early, like everybody's just setting up. I like to walk into the craziness.
Oh man.
Is how what?
Yeah, that's a different take. I like it though because I felt that way when we went to the Eagles game.
Walking into
we drove into the Eagles parking lot. I was just like, what is?
Dang, why did I say I would drive?
Why am I driving to this game? What did I just drive into?
Hey, we're gonna have a good time. And we had
we had a great time. So, but yeah, that's okay. I like that. I actually walked in. I went to that Roy Halladay no-hitter in the playoffs against the Reds.
Okay.
I went to that game, and the guy that I got tickets from, he was super late getting there. And so, the first game of the playoffs, they announced the starter, or they had the whole rosters up and down the first and third baseline. Like, we missed all of that, and I was super pissed. But what you're saying kind of is true. Like, you walk in and it's just like buzzing already.
The whole atmosphere, you feel the stadium, you feel the crowd, you see the drunk guy in the corner that's had too much.
Way too much already. Yeah.
And you're like, yo, it's the first inning.
Oh, man.
How'd you get here?
And hopefully it doesn't fall over the edge like that Pirates fan last night.
Talk about that. That was terrible.
He was hammered, apparently.
Yeah. And that's, hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully he's okay. Because that was terrible.
Don't drink and sit in the front row.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So let's switch to anything.
Let's switch to lighter. Great segue. Great segue to the lighter side of sports, lighter side of dad life. So we already talked about lawn care and how we don't really do it ourselves. No. But I had some sod put in.
Okay.
And That's going okay.
Okay.
You got some sprinklers on that. I got one of those.
I'm not putting sod in.
Smart sprinklers. Well, I had a bunch of trees that I took down.
I got you.
I was being a lumberjack last fall, and I took down
you have
like
the Paul Bunyan
5 or 6.
Wayne's got his legs out today showing off.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at this like shorts was a bad choice. Shorts was a really bad choice.
No, it's not.
Hey, we're getting into summer. It's warm out.
We're trying to boost our followers, man. Like you said.
Exactly. Showing some calves. I don't even have a tan yet. I'm super white. It's like blinding the camera.
I'm done with you. No. All right. Focus. Hey. Let's get back.
Yeah, back to my sod.
What
all right. Back to my sod.
Okay.
I got the sprinklers going twice. I got one of those smart sprinkler systems that you can connect to your app and tell it when to water and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right.
I like
that.
It's working pretty well.
I like that.
But when the guy put it in, so I texted him a picture of like where all the trees used to be, and I'm like, hey, can you put some seed down? And this was like weeks ago, and he's like, oh yeah, maybe I actually have some leftover sod from another job. Let me bring that over. So he comes like late on a Thursday. It was like almost dark when he shows up, and he basically just threw it down.
And was like, I'll see this later.
Yeah, but he didn't text me and let me know anything. He just put it down and left. So I wake up Friday morning, I'm looking at it, I'm just like, what? This is just like sod laying so unevenly. There's no chance of this ever working.
No.
But I'm like, if this is what he's going to do, I don't know. So I start watering it, and then he shows up later that day and like fixes it all. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess he's...
I thought, I wasn't sure what was going on, and he didn't message you.
No,
like,
no messages,
hey, this is what's
calls.
going on.
I guess I could have texted him, but
that's true.
Whatever.
That's true.
So that's going okay though. He fixed it.
Okay.
But I put out the sprinklers, and like sprinklers in your yard is like the horn call for all the kids in the neighborhood to come over and run through them.
That's true.
So
that's true. We got a whole crew.
I had like 8 kids running through sprinklers in my front yard. It's like, oh, okay, all right.
It's almost. I mean, the weather's been in the 70s.
Yeah, it's been beautiful.
The temperature. I feel like that weather's turning. Like we're leaning definitely more towards summer, and we're probably gonna feel it like next week.
Yeah,
pool season is on deck.
Hey, you've already got yours open, and you use it as your cold tub most mornings.
I do.
Yeah.
Ice cold tub therapy. Hey, it works. All right. For them knees and backs that hurt, hey, it works.
It's a 40,000 gallon or 30,000 gallon.
Calm down that inflammation. Whatever it takes.
Oh, my. Mine's going to be super cold. We're opening ours like next Monday, the 12th.
I'll come jump in yours.
Yeah, there you go. Because it's going to be frigid.
Come jump in yours.
Yeah, it's going to be so cold.
It can't be any colder than 50.
Yeah, no.
So,
but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Obviously the school year is starting to wind down a little bit. You probably got end of year stuff going on, assemblies. I just had field day.
Okay.
Last Thursday last Thursday before the draft. I went and helped out with my daughter's field day.
Okay.
Ended up cooking some hot dogs and hamburgers.
Nice.
And that was a fun time.
Presents over presents.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly. They still get a ton of presents.
No.
But
Wayne, come on.
Being there is good too.
You don't think I know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I couldn't ask for a toy. We couldn't ask for a toy.
No.
All right.
I didn't. I just knew not to.
You had to just be like, please, let this toy show up.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's a little different. It's not 1970. So
I encourage my kids so much to just ask for what they want.
Okay.
And to be more assertive.
Okay.
Because I was never that way. I learned not to ask those questions.
No, you got told, we going in the store, don't touch nothing.
Yeah.
Don't look at nothing.
Look with your eyes, not with your hands.
Don't touch nothing. Don't look at nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a good balance to have with that versus, I think my kids are okay with that. They don't like scream and throw fits or anything at the store. Because that would be a big problem. But yeah, They definitely are assertive when they want something, and I like that. I want them to be like that when they're adults. I still sometimes have problems. Like if I feel like I'm owed something, I'll be like, that's fine. Just let it go. I'm not going to cause a problem about this.
Yo, you should cause a problem.
But yes,
you should.
I definitely should. I should get my big boy pants on and go and cause a problem, or stand up for myself at least.
Absolutely.
So yeah, definitely doing that with the kids. Anyway, end of school year is coming up. Your daughter has been finishing up kindergarten, loving that.
She is in love with that. Yeah. We're about to transition in the summer. We've got some family here now. We're gonna have some family coming through. I mean, I love the togetherness of the the families being around each other. Sometimes you want to you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna break somebody in half. Like, stop touching stuff. But it's what it's all about. I wouldn't want it any other way, and I don't think you would want it any other way either. Because that's just part of it. So, no, excited for, like you said, the wind down of the school year. We got one trip at the end of the summer planned, and other than that, I would say I'm looking forward to some warm weather, some longer nights, and just chilling out.
We got to take this show outside.
You want to go outside?
My first plan or first idea for this show is
to shoot it outside.
We're gonna do it next to the pool, and then it got. By the time we finally started, it got too dark, too early for us to actually. Well, all right,
we got to do it when the first 8:30 sunset.
8:30 sunset. We're gonna be out there.
We're gonna be outside.
A sunset show.
All right.
All right. Next to the pool.
I'm down with it.
All right. Sounds good.
What else is on your mind today?
I don't know. We can talk about some.
Do you want 100 guys to fight a gorilla?
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's a ridiculous topic. And I already know what would happen, all right? The gorilla would break 4 people in half. Yeah. There would be screams of agony. And somebody would be like, why am I here? Now, would he probably take out like 40, maybe 35 people, and the rest would probably subdue him? Yes.
But how? You're unarmed.
Oh, you're unarmed?
It's unarmed. Nah. Unarmed men.
Well, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Unarmed men.
I don't want to do that then. Because you got to give me something. I need to have like a chair or like one of those bats from what's the vampire movie with the stakes in it? You got to have.
Oh, you mean like the Walking Dead one?
You got to have one of those.
Okay.
Like one of those would work.
Yes, of course. It's unarmed men. Like, what are you gonna do? Body shot him to death? I mean. Does 100 men really? What would you do? How would you?
When I saw the question at first, I almost peed laughing. I was like, "Yo, who sat in a room and was like, I'm gonna ask the most random? I mean, I could come up with a random ridiculous.
You just hope that you tires out after like 30, and then you can.
That's exactly what. If you look it up and. Some scientists did the whole breakdown and said exactly that. After the gorilla's exerting so much energy nonstop, he's eventually going to get to a point where he can't still exert that amount of energy. And that's when the humans would be like, okay. But other than...
and what? Because you can't rip a gorilla in half. Like they can rip you in half.
I mean, with 100 guys.
Maybe.
But anyway, I can't believe we're not talking about that. That's ridiculous.
I look forward to it on Mr. Beast's channel next month.
Mr. Beast is gonna do what?
Hey, he put out a tweet. He said,
"What, $100 million?
I'm looking for 100 men. No reason, just looking for 100." Yes. He's gonna say, if you can beat a gorilla, I'll let you split $100 million.
Hey, you know what?
Everybody who's left.
I'll say this.
You already did the Beast Games, which is like Squid Games, and that's what this reminds me of. A gorilla versus 100 men is like Squid Game stuff.
Somebody gonna do it, Wayne. We live in a weird time, dude.
Yeah, it might be.
Somebody gonna do it. Yeah. Put it on pay-per-view.
Oh, gosh.
See? So anyway, we can end this topic. I ain't fighting no gorilla.
Oh, man.
I ain't fighting no gorilla. I'm just using this indoor basketball.
I love that thing. It makes no noise whatsoever. It's great. Oh, man.
What do you want to wind down with?
Since we're not watching that, what are we watching?
Ooh, really terrible. The Rising Gemstones.
Oh, jeez. I love Goggins. I love Walton Goggins. I love Danny McBride.
I'm sorry, but the level of obnoxious comedy, or just like the way that you can say stuff in the most terrible way, they say it in that show.
Yeah.
Don't watch it with your kids around. I'll say that. Make sure the kids are to bed. And you know what? If they around, I'm just going to say they might use some choice language. I'm going to leave it at that.
No, that's an after the kids go to bed show.
Exactly.
No, I like the actors, but I don't know. I've never went into that one.
No. Me and my wife like that ridiculous level of comedy.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Current shows, Mobland with Tom Hardy.
Okay.
And Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Great show.
Yeah.
Based in London. Two rival families, the usual kind of thing, but Tom Hardy's just so good. He's always so good.
I got you.
Not older show, but just I'm catching up on Penguin from HBO.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I watched that. That is a solid one.
Yeah,
I definitely watched
6 episodes in or something like that. So
I watched all of Gotham, and I definitely watched the Penguin show.
Yeah, so
solid. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Andor when that finishes. I'm waiting till the end until that's over, and then I'll pick that up.
Okay.
So, yeah, just a few things. My bench is a little light this time of year.
I feel you.
After Severance finished and White Lotus, and there's a bunch of those.
White Lotus, I started and I stopped, and we haven't gone back.
First season?
No, 2 seasons, and then we stopped. Okay. Started watching Naked and Afraid.
We're back on to Naked and Afraid.
Yo, I could do it.
Nope. No.
Yo, leave a comment, see if I could last a full day on Naked and Afraid.
Maybe a day. But I guess it depends where. Like, where are they going to drop you?
Anywhere, Wayne. I'm a survivor.
But like in our woods or like in a jungle?
I don't care where you put me. Okay. I can see all my friends' faces right now.
I couldn't do it. I mean, I'm realistic about that. I've always said that if a zombie apocalypse comes be like, take me. I'll be the first one. I'm not even going to try.
My wife is probably making a face right now when she heard me say that. Like,
yeah.
Okay, Dan.
Like, I don't have guns. I don't have anything that
I don't need a gun. I just need to survive.
No, I'm not talking about that. I just mean like in an apocalypse, if there's like a nuclear bomb that goes off somewhere, not here, that doesn't vaporize me, but I have to survive.
But you're still alive and you got to survive.
I got to try to take care of my family. Like,
you'd be like,
okay, I'm not that kind of. I'm not that guy. Just not that guy. We're going to John's house. John's got plenty of stuff we can survive on.
John does have stuff.
Yeah, we're going to John's house.
We're gonna use his pool as well.
What?
No, I'm joking.
Why?
I know.
We all got pools.
We're gonna get the gorilla.
We're gonna get that gorilla. Yes, when the gorilla is unleashed.
So, what?
You have any rants? Any good rants?
No.
We're positive. We're vibing.
I've been
positive vibes only.
Yeah, man. Work and life, or I'll say work has been interesting, which has been, like I said to you, man.
You said we weren't going to talk about that.
All right. So, not talking about work.
We're not bringing the mood down.
No.
It's Friday tomorrow. It is Friday.
Friday tomorrow. Weekend's here. It's gonna be a fun weekend, man.
I'm driving 5.5 hours up to Boston for a gymnastics competition.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Okay.
so much fun.
This weekend?
This weekend. Saturday morning, we'll get up and we'll drive. The competition's on Sunday.
Oh.
So it'll probably be over like 4 on Sunday, and then I'll have to drive home 5.5 hours.
All right. I will be sending you positive energy. I'm gonna
probably won't
send
get home
you
till like 11.
all the positive energy because that's a full weekend.
Yeah,
that's a full weekend.
Then go straight into work, and then I've got some travel.
Yo, Wayne, we're not talking about
some work travel next week too.
We're not talking about work.
So yeah, it's gonna be a wild weekend.
What do we? Any rants for you? Draft lottery.
We got the draft lottery on the 12th.
Sixers are getting the number 1 pick.
10.5% chance.
I'm putting it in the universe. I'm putting it in the air that the Sixers get the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have some positivity.
Yeah.
They're gonna pick up who they're gonna pick up. They're gonna get Cooper Flag.
I was gonna say if they're winning the lottery, they're getting Cooper Flag.
And
if they don't win the lottery, I have no idea. Who's the second pick or third pick?
I'd have to double check and see.
Yeah.
So are you taking a break? We're taking a break next week.
Next week I'm going to be
busy
traveling.
All right.
But after that, we will know the results of the lottery. We can do a little bit of draft preview then a little bit.
I'll be playing some more college football. Yep. Doing some scouting.
All right, do some scouting for us.
And
after the draft, that's the best time to do scouting. After the draft,
positivity tonight, Wayne, because I was anything to leave the people with.
Trivia question, not trivia. No, what do you think?
Okay.
All right, I saw this question thrown out today.
Mm-hmm.
Which quarterback from this draft class is going to have the best career?
Shedeur Sanders. Can't say that with a straight face.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yo. Jackson Dart.
Oh my gosh, no, don't get me started on that guy. I mean, hey, Dable loves him. I don't get it. I don't see it with him. But hey, that could come back and bite me, and maybe the Giants are going to be fantastic with him.
The Giants Carter's a nice solid pick
for them. Of course.
You know what I mean?
They did the right thing.
They got Carter at
3. They didn't reach for a quarterback there.
No.
They came back into the first round, but hey, I don't see it with Dart.
We'll have some insight for you. I'll maybe send Wayne a video. We'll post a video of me going into some discussions.
We got to start back that Twitch stream.
Yes.
Play some college football or Madden.
Tell me. Tell me if you want to see us or me get my behind beat online by like a 14-year-old playing Madden.
Yeah, we have to bleep everything out though.
Yeah, we would have to edit it. Them foul mouths.
Yeah,
foul mouths.
Yeah, but I had to rep Liverpool.
I was gonna say you didn't even shout out Liverpool winning the Premier League.
Yeah, that was pretty big. So not as big as obviously the Birds, but it's pretty cool to have 2 championships in a year.
I'm not knocking it, and I salute it, brother.
Yeah, they ran away with it, so I'll take it. All right, sounds good. Well,
go Birds, Wayne. Thank you.
All right.